Well, Verse, if you're reading the thumbnail or the title of this video, yes, it is true. My information got leaked. And it's nothing new. it's nothing new. It's happened before. It's something that I'm probably going to continue to deal with in case I mess up or stumble at some point. It's so frustrating to a point where I decided I'm going to make a video talking about it, because if there's one thing anybody should know about me is that I'm not scared to do one of two things. I'm not scared to tell it how it is, and I'm most certainly not scared to confront someone about something, that's for sure. And today, I'm definitely going to talk about this. This video was unplanned. I had no intention of making a video like this at all. This was completely last minute, and I had to talk about this because it got me thinking, alright, well, you know, this isn't nothing new for me to deal with, but for others who don't know anything about security or online passwords or anything like that, I think it's best for me to maybe just give a message or a wake-up call of some kind. You just never know. So that's exactly what I'm here to do, which is basically learn from my experiences and understand what it is I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts and what was going on in this situation. So, where do I even begin? Verse, this past week, I've been very busy. I had a family emergency that I had to take care of, right? It had to do with my grandmother. She's at a very delicate age. She needed a transfusion and she had surgery. And man, were there complications. And I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about the hospital that we went to the point where we had to transfer to another hospital. It was ridiculous, right? To deal with a lot of stress coming in and then having to go to the hospital sometimes, coming back and forth so many times, and having to actually spend the night. Oh man, it was going on for about almost a week, right, since last Friday. My mom and her siblings needed to basically watch over her to help her do certain things because, again, she's at a delicate age, and it got to the point where they basically ran out of sick time and they needed some help. They asked me if I was willing to stay the night over there a night or two to make sure she was okay, and naturally I said of course I would. That's my grandma, you know, she helped raise me. What kind of grandson would I be if I couldn't step in and help her out at a time of need? And I was happy to help out, you know, that's what family do. And I'm really happy that I was able to do something to be helpful, you know what I mean? And during this time, the reason why I bring that up is because, other than the fact that I was exhausted when I came back, right? I did a live stream yesterday that showed it. It really did, if anybody was on there. I ended up getting an email the day that I had to go spend the night with my grandma at the hospital. It did raise an eyebrow, but because of the situation that I was dealing with, I had no focus on it. I was completely, my attention was somewhere else basically. It was somewhere else. I needed to put my attention here because I had this going on. I was getting ready to go. I received an email telling me that someone was attempting to hack into one of my emails. Oh man, I was like, I was so tired. I was thinking, I can't deal with this right now, man. I gotta go to the hospital. I got this going on right now. We're still in the middle of not hearing any results right now on something, so I couldn't deal with this right now. And I ended up going to the hospital and I totally forgot about it. And it got to the point where it just completely slipped my mind. I will definitely say that once I came back, I was exhausted. Like I said, this week that I'm doing this video on Friday, I haven't uploaded anything other than a short yesterday. I've been so busy that I haven't uploaded a short, a vid, nothing. Because I didn't do much, I uploaded a short yesterday, and then I decided, oh yeah, I totally remembered. It's Thursday, right? I do live streams tonight. So, okay, you know what to make up? Let me go on a live stream and let me obviously explain to anybody that comes in or watches it later that, hey, sorry guys, I didn't upload much this week. Just know I'm still here. I had a family emergency and, you know, I'm back, but I'm exhausted. And when doing the live stream, I was tired. Well, I couldn't even react to something without me yawning constantly because I was just so tired. Midway in doing the live stream, I learned that copyright is even a pain in the ass when it comes down to a live stream. I learned that. My live stream got cut off midway. I was like, what the heck? I got so mad when that happened. And then second, my live stream started receiving some technical errors. I don't know why. My live stream was really lagging. Like, it was going in and out once I reviewed it, and I was like, that is so weird. I was like, why is my live stream having such a hard time connecting? I don't understand. Like, there's times where it just freeze framed. I don't know why it did that. Towards the end of my live stream, I ended up receiving a phone call on my live stream, and of course, I didn't pick it up because if anybody watches me knows that when I do a live stream, I don't answer the phone. I don't answer the phone because if I have your attention and you're coming in, giving me your time, I want to respect that. You know, it's the least I can do when it comes to doing a live stream. You know, I'm right here reacting. I'm trying to answer questions if anybody is ever on here or wants to say anything. And I'm more than happy to do that. You know, I appreciate you guys very, very much. You know, a lot of what I do, I spend a lot of time on. And a lot of what I come up with, I come up with on my own accord. You know what I mean? Because I want to be consistent on here, like I said. When it came down to dealing this phone call, I saw that it was a number that was from somewhere that I wasn't even near. I was like, who the heck is this? And then even under the number, right, it said that this number isn't even listed in the phone books. And I never called this number. So I was like, why the heck are they calling me? And then I received a text right after saying, I see you. And then I was like, wait, is this somebody I know? Like, is this somebody that's trying to call me right now? And then once I said, okay, Verse, bye, I ended it. Then they sent me another text message saying, good night, and then giving me a winky face. Here it is. And then because this was really suspicious, I was just like, who this? I just replied. I was like, who the heck is this, right? I was like, who's trying to text me right now? I even got their phone number and everything. Then I come to realize, oh yeah, I got that email a while ago. Something happened with my email. What the heck? So I was like, let me check it out. And when I checked it out, I come to find out that my email was logged in a different location. And I was like, here we go again. It got to the point where, I'm not gonna lie, Verse, I'm just so annoyed. It amazes me, the stupidity of people that are out there, you know, the stupidity that they have, of them having nothing better to do than to try to tamper with other people's private life and try to mess with it. I don't know if this person thought that because I was a small YouTuber that they thought they could try to make jokes, because clearly they failed. If there is a funny joke, it's you. The one that tried to hack my account. You're the funny joke. You're the joke, alright, I can guarantee you that. And if anything, it makes me really proud of myself, if I'm being honest with you, because I want to show you guys something, right? This is a video I made on my YouTube channel when I first started this. So let's go down here. When I go down to the very bottom, and man, does it bring back memories. On my 7th video, I made this video called I Got Hacked, My Thoughts and Experience. And I rewatched that video recently because I wanted to know what it is that I was talking about and what I said during that time. And some of it was like, wow. When watching it again, I was like, was I really that dumb? Was I really that dumb that I didn't know about this and that and take precautions on this, and I really let that happen? It was a wake-up call, basically. And it got to the point where I told myself, you know what? That's my fault. I should have been up to date with certain things, that I should have kept track of certain things. And back then, I was a complete amateur. My attention was on the wrong things. I didn't really take into precaution the security of my work, my channel, my platforms, everything. 2 years ago, I got hacked for the first time, right? And it was so bad that they didn't just hack my channel, but they were sending me spam constantly on my YouTube channel with every single video, right? It was just constant spam every single time I uploaded something. And then they even got into my social media accounts. They got into my Facebook to the point where they changed the language and made it everything in Spanish. I couldn't read what the hell I was looking at. I was like, what is this? Everything was in Spanish. And then on my Instagram, when they started taking down posts that I had, especially Reels. By the time I started doing like Reels, they got into it and then they took down my very first reel. And I was like, what the heck? That hella pissed me off. And then they even started taking down people that I had, like family and friends, off my friends list. And I was like, did people unfollow me? Or like, what the heck? And then I noticed I couldn't even see certain posts anymore. They started unfollowing people. One of them was even my sister. So I had to go through everything, change everything, and I had to write everything down so I could keep track of everything, right? Recently, I'll be honest, because I was distracted, I got a little lazy with that. Now, not anymore. Not after this. Absolutely not. When I got hacked the first time, right, I ended up doing research, going in, trying to figure out what it is that is happening, how is it that people got hacked, and most importantly, what it is that you're supposed to do, and most importantly, avoid when it comes down to security measures, and when it comes down to email, spam, or anything, right? How to take care of a situation. And I've heard people on YouTube, right, who've gone through even worse experience, mainly when it comes to a sponsor, right? There are many times where people try to get you with sponsors and they're not even accurate. Even me on Instagram, I get offered for sponsors all the time. I got asked to be sponsored for jewelry. I got asked to be sponsored for a brand of some kind. I got asked to be sponsored for something that had to do with LGBTQ at the time when I was Cora. I got asked for sponsors all the time. And I look at it, and when I look at it, I'm thinking, you know, as amazing as an opportunity this is, because I would love to have a sponsor, I'm just not gonna do that. It just didn't feel right. The way how their channel was and the way how they were posting certain things here and there just wasn't right. I left it alone. I didn't even go anywhere near it. If anything, I just blocked it. I just blocked it. And even now, I still get asked to do a sponsor here and there, even though I always just turn it down. I never mess with it, especially because you just never know. Because when it comes down to money, if they're asking me to give them any personal information when it comes down to money especially, I'm like, forget it. That's how I know this is BS. I don't mess with it. And when it came down to that, I ended up getting everything back 2 years ago, and I ended up redoing everything, and I was good. And it got to the point where I was like, okay, I need to find some security measures also, because clearly having a password isn't enough. As we go on, technology is getting more advanced and people are becoming more creative nowadays. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna need some backbone to help me out, and that's when I found NordVPN, and it's been incredibly helpful. It's been incredibly helpful, and I'm so happy. So if you don't have NordVPN, I highly recommend NordVPN. When it comes down to nowadays, I've been good since then. I haven't had a single issue since what happened last time. I've been up to date with everything. I've been keeping track of all my stuff, anything. Every time when I make a new account, I go on my NordVPN and I install it in there so I can make sure that it's protected, and it is. I have it installed on my phone and everything, right? And one thing that I come to realize is that it's always best when it comes down to an email, a username, or a password, it is always best to write it down. When it comes down to your information, in my personal opinion, I think it's always best to go old school. Nowadays, on the iPhone, you have this feature where you're allowed to put all your emails and username and your passwords in one location. So when you're trying to sign in, let's say to your Instagram again, or if you're trying to go into your Chase Bank, or let's say you're trying to go into an app of some kind, right? What do? You tap that little bar, and then immediately, like, you have this little thing that comes up that tells you, oh, like your saved password. You press it and everything just logs in automatically. I don't do that anymore. It's annoying to have to redo everything, having to log in, put your username, but it's worth it because at least I know my information is secure. At least I know nobody is in this other than me, you know, whether it's my social media platforms, YouTube, or whatever. And when it comes down to recently, I'll be honest, I'm at fault here for being a little lazy keeping up track to my information because I was really distracted recently, and I did get a little lazy when it came down to keeping track of my stuff. So because of that, I come to find out that my email got leaked. My email got leaked, someone got into it, and of course, when it comes down to an email, if you were to ever be logged out for whatever the reason, right, you need to have ways to get back in. So I had to install my phone, and I had to put in a backup email. And of course, when this person got onto my email, they knew my phone number, they knew my email, and obviously they knew my YouTube channel because they're all together. On there, what this dumbass fails to realize is that when you're logged in, there's a feature on any platform, any type of site, any email, Gmail, whatever, that tells you what and where you're logged in. I come to find out that this dumbass is in Santa Clara. And I have his phone number. So if I really wanted to go at it, I could really actually trace the phone number and find out who this person is. There's ways to do that. I ain't stupid. I know how to do stuff like that. I actually know where to go to find certain things like this. Like, again, being able to trace something nowadays, believe it or not, isn't as difficult as people make it seem to be. It's really not. You can actually do that if you know where to go, and I do. But I'm not gonna do that. Wanna know why? Because it's not that serious. It's not that important. Nobody's like this person, right? Like this joke, are worth it. They're not worth it. You know what I mean? And it's really funny too, if I'm being honest with you. It's funny because I don't know anybody else that deals with this like the way that I do. This isn't to brag. This is just something that I observed, and I'll tell you why. I have family and friends who have literally surpassed me when it comes down to subscribers, you know? They do videos on different topics, they do whatever it is that they do, and they pass me. I put in a lot of time and effort in my videos, and it's just, you know, it's getting there, but it's just always at the same pace. Whatever. The point is that I got an audience, I'm growing, and I'm happy doing what I'm doing. And yet, I'm always the one that's getting messed with, hacked. I don't know anybody that deals with the same type of security that I do. It's really, like, it amazes me. I'm sorry, like, has anybody got hacked recently? Like, did you get, no? Okay, well, hey, you know, you got a big ass wallet, did you? No? Oh, okay. Well, why am I constantly getting hacked? And, you know, I have people tell me, well, maybe it's because you're actually really good at what you're doing. You know, maybe these are just haters or trolls. And you know what? At the end of the day, I tell myself that is true. Not the part about gloating, but the part where I'm like, that's true. You know, as you gain more of a following, as you get older, you know, you are going to have people that hate on you or troll you or try to mess with you. What this person fails to realize is that they thought that because I was a small-time YouTube creator that I didn't know what I was doing. You're incredibly wrong. You are so wrong. If anything, when this happened, I'll tell you, when I first got hacked, I panicked. I legitimately panicked because it's your personal information. You're right to panic because you don't want anybody to either take your identity, you don't want nobody to start putting charges on your card if they happen to have that information. You especially don't want your social to be out there. So of course I panicked back then because I had no idea what to do. 2 years have passed, alright. 2 years have most certainly passed because it got to the point where I was like, wait a minute, did my email get, I was like, I got hacked again. And like, it got to the point where it's like that now, where I was like, really? So now, clearly, I have a better handling of the situation, which I'm really proud of. I'm really proud of myself about that, because, you know, it doesn't get to me like that, as I was when I was an amateur. Now, it's just like, alright, let me find out where this dumbass is at, and I can see what to do from then on, you know? And it's really funny that this person did try to mess with my live stream. Well, I can definitely tell you picked the wrong person to fuck with. I can guarantee you that. Don't mess with when it comes down to my material. Don't mess when it comes down to me. I got your phone number. I got where your location is, and I can easily do more if I wanted to, but like I said, I'm not going to, because straight up, you need Jesus. Jesus forgives, my friend, and you need him immediately, okay? You or her, whatever. You seriously need to have something better to do than messing with people online. It really amazes me. It really does that there are people out there that have nothing better to do than try to mess with other people's hard work and their personal information. Just because. I don't know what you get out of that. I don't know what you do with that. If anything, you prove my point by doing that. That you're a complete moron and you have nothing else to do. It's funny. You know, people love hiding behind the screen. I don't do that. And there's one thing that I make it more than clear about is that I don't worry about what people think about me. I really don't. That's why I do what I do, because if I let people's opinions and what people's thoughts get to me like that, then I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing and I wouldn't be where I'm at. And that's one thing that I'm always going to praise about myself, because that's exactly what I do. I stand my ground when it comes down to doing something or taking care of something. And I call it and I see it how it is. That's for damn sure. And I'm making this very clear right now, folks. Don't have your passwords online. Always write everything down. It is annoying, yes, I understand that, but better to be safe than sorry than lazy. Please, I would highly recommend every 6 months, if you're somebody that doesn't, always change your passwords every 6 months, because you just never know, right? It's your information. Trust me, right now it's like, oh, whatever, this and that, but then the moment it happens, you're going to start flipping out. You're going to be like, oh man, what the heck, what did I get in? I can't get into this. What the hell, dude? You're going to start getting mad. I can guarantee you. Just do it, okay? Just keep track. Go through everything you have, make sure everything's okay. If you know there's something that you have on there, because when I was going through all my stuff, I stayed up till 2 o'clock last night, man. I'm so freaking tired even now. I stayed up till 2 o'clock going through all my stuff. I even found accounts that I even forgot about. I was like, what is this? But, like, wait, I don't even use this anymore. Like, delete. You know, I was taking care of all of that. I went through all my stuff again. I wrote everything down. I updated my VPN, and I took care of everything that I needed to do. I'm tired even now. I woke up hella early just to do this video. And you know what? This is just another learning experience, and now I know how to take care of it, you know? And if anybody ever needs help, when it comes down to it, you can always do your own research. You can go online. Now, hell, that's how I found out about it. I went online and I found, like I said, I found other people that had it worse than what I've been dealing with so far. But it just amazes me that from where I'm at right now on YouTube, or just in general, that I really deal with this kind of issues already. I mean, I expect that if I'm at a higher platform or something like that, right? Like at a higher amount of followings or something like that. But at such a low count like where I am, and I'm dealing with this already? It's like, really? But I don't know, man. It's just, you know, we're living in clown world, so... So, you know, you just work with what you got, and that's what it is. But with that said, though, verse, thank you so much for hearing me. I'm making this video mainly for me, because, you know, it frustrates me when you have something going on, you're minding your own business, you're not hurting nobody, and then you got somebody out of the blue coming in trying to do something just because. I don't know. It's very annoying. I'm not mad because I clearly took care of it, but it was just, I will definitely say it was just bad timing. That's what I will say. If I had dealt with it the moment I got the email and I had nothing else going on like that, I would have taken care of it, no problem. But because I was in the middle of a situation, I was like, of all the timing for that to have happened. No, this dumbass. Well, verse, learn from my experience. Please keep up to date with everything. If you're somebody that has all your passwords saved, just write it down, memorize them. Yeah, it's a bitch, but you know what? At the end of the day, it's worth it. Just memorize your email, your username, your password. It's gonna be worth it, because at least you know you have all your information and it's just you doing whatever it is that you're doing. I didn't plan to make this video. I had to talk about it because that's how irritated I got with this. And you know, I'm gonna make sure I take further precautions now, even after this, to make sure all my information is protected, because I got better things to worry about. If I try to trace this person, if I try to do anything else, then it's just gonna be a waste of time, and they're not worth it. They're nothing. You're nothing. You're a joke, because you got nothing better to do. You try to attempt my live stream and try to make a fool, and it didn't even go through. And what, you think because you wanted to what, make a joke, you wanted to try to what, contact me on the live stream, that's supposed to do anything? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. If anything, you prove my point showing that you're sad. So seriously, find some help, because there are better things to do in life than being behind a keyboard and just messing with people out of the blue. There really is. You know, that's really all you can do then. I feel sorry for you. But at the end of the day, Verse, I'm here. I'm gonna go back to doing what I'm gonna do. And with that said though, Verse, if you like what you saw, do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification for more content as always. Look forward to the next video, Verse. Looking forward to seeing what happens next. Until then, I'll see you next time. Later, Verse.